Good evening, everybody. Relentless Patriot Frank here for the Relentless Patriot Group. And just want to again welcome most of you that have just joined with us today. Being part of this group is a special deal, right? It's a special commitment to flag, firearms, and friendship. It's also a great group to be in terms of coming out and being a proud patriot. Being able to fight for what you believe in and speak proudly about it and not cater to politically correct doctrine or narratives. On this page, and eventually this will be a live channel, we will support the rest of the world and the patriots to dissolve political correctness. We will help be the forefront in this battle. We will help to support any other businesses that need our help. We will help back the police. We will help back the countless people and their voices that have been silenced at this time from the political left. We will help fight this agenda. Together, as Relentless Patriots, we have a duty once we're in this page, once we're in this group. And I hope you guys will fight this battle with me. Side by side, that's how this country was run, and this is how we're going to win it back. I want you guys to understand that on this page, being relentlessly patriotic is okay. Not catering to political correctness is okay. Supporting the police officers, those that are good, not the ones that are bad, is okay. Standing up for what you believe in, standing up for your constitutional and amendment rights, all these things are okay. We have to get out of this narrative and having people stop accusing you of being privileged and labeling you accordingly. It is a very dangerous thing to accustom to. If other groups from the political left wish to seek homage or wish to seek peace, you must approach us the correct way. We are tired of you guys bullying us and telling us how we need to talk, how we need to think, and how we need to argue. Understand that this country is for everyone, but at the same time, it is not for your radical indoctrination. It is not for political correctness. If you guys could understand that political correctness separates Americans more than brings them together, I would be more than willing to have a conversation with you and speak to you. As a leader of the Relentless Patriots group, I am denouncing the following groups, and I do not mind saying it. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ social justice warriors. I am denouncing all of you. You no longer have my respect as Americans, because being an American means getting past trial and tribulation. We do this together as patriots, as Americans, and we rally behind the flag. We stand together. We do not kneel to each other. There's a big difference in what it means to be an American and what it means to be still enslaved. Yes, America had a bad past. No one's denying it. But at the same time, just understand that we are all ready to move forward together if we can have civil conversations without the white privilege concept being brought up, without the "you're guilty, you owe us" concept. If you wish to seek equality, the way you do it is through patriotism. Relentlessly. Be a patriot. It is okay to say so. Being in this group, guys, is a very special thing. And for those of you that are just tuning in, this has been a very busy 24 hours. Once again, there is more rioting, looting, and burning going on. I really don't understand how Black Lives Matter when there's still banks that are being robbed, where there's still shootings going on. There was another shooting last night. Like, there was more people blockading Washington, D.C. entrances and preventing people from driving. And then because you prevent them from driving, now you're gonna break in through their back window and there's a baby on, in the back seat. Please explain to me how this has to do with Black Lives Matter. Please explain to me how systematic racism and oppression allows you to go out and cause turmoil to innocent people and destroy their businesses. As a relentless patriot, this is unacceptable. The time to act, people, is now. I had come out a couple hours ago in the afternoon saying how the news had recently come out with a statement from Governor Cuomo. Listen, Cuomo, I've had it with you. I've had it with your ordeals. I've had it with your retarded laws and executive orders. And same thing with Murphy, and same thing with anybody else in Pennsylvania or California. I don't understand how any of you are standing for this any longer. With their pushback of Phase 2, Phase 3, and Phase 4, and deciding who can open, who cannot open. This is America, guys. We have to be brave together. We have a job to do. And for those of you that are watching, I have my police flag. For anyone who wants to take this away from me, you'd have to come pry it off my dead cold hands. Because I am tired. I am tired of being bullied for being white. I am tired of being bullied for being a patriot. I'm tired of being bullied because of my beliefs and who I am as a person. A lot of you that know me on here know that I'm not a racist. I'm actually the furthest person from it. But I will not, I don't need to cater to political correctness. I don't need to pander to it. Neither do you. I'm giving all of you right now in this page permission. You have my permission to denounce political correctness. You have my permission to tell someone, no, you will not bully me because I believe in America. This is the Relentless Patriots' job. Together, guys, we can fight real racism, real hatred, and real injustice towards this country and towards its citizens if we fight together in this manner. Pretty soon there's going to be some more police rallies coming up. I hope you guys really do join together. I would love to have more of you out there. Remember what it means to be relentless. So if anyone would like to come on, and share their thoughts, I'm here. I'm going to be waiting here for a little bit. I know it's a little late right now. I apologize for going live, a little bit too late. But if you guys can share this broadcast with other pages, if you can, because that's what I'm doing right now. If you can tell other people about our page. We're going to be having some special guests on pretty soon. And I want you guys to all be a part of it together. Okay? Because being a patriot requires us to be in it together. To help each other out. It's our job, guys, now. It is our job. We need to start inviting people into this group. And we need to start expressing our dismay. We no longer should stand for political correctness. We have a job to do. The job is simple. Whoever decides to tell you or your children or your family to be politically correct, to agree to narratives, to admit they have white privilege or any type of privilege, to admit that they should be guilty and that they owe a certain minority race reparations, you must say no. You must do your best to fight this plague. The real racism is exactly that. The real bigotry is exactly that. Guys, the youth are being indoctrinated as we speak. There are lesson plans being developed. Trust me, I have watched, black talk group after black talk group. And their way to fix society still has not changed. They still want white people to admit their privilege. They still want people to collate and assemble together. They want to teach people about race and racism in kindergarten. How sick is that? But yet you're not going to teach them to get along, to teach them that color is not, it's a pigment of skin, and that you guys should enjoy each other's company. When are we going to start standing up to this? Can anyone please tell me out there that are watching? I am absolutely disgusted with what's been going on. Absolutely grossed out. And I wish more people would understand that burning things down, robbing banks, breaking the law, chanting crap like F the police, and then you're going to shout revolution at the end. You want a revolution? You really do. We'll give you one. I'll be the first person in the front lines. Bring it, Antifa. Bring it, BLM. Because what I can tell you is this. There are more patriots out there than there are tyrants. There are more people that believe in the Constitution than believe in revolution. There are more people that believe in the Constitution amongst anything else as the rule of law compared to your flawed logic. We together, guys, must stand together. My job is gone, my business is gone, and my mind is gone. Because of political correctness. Because of Antifa and their Hell March. Because of what has happened in this country. What has been indoctrinated into our youth, into our education system for God knows how long now. Aren't you tired of it? I sure as hell am. We all need to come together. Anyone that's willing to talk right now, I will bring you on the camera. Say your piece. Let me know how you feel. Because at this point, guys, I don't know what else to do. Like, you try to talk common sense and peace with people, and they still don't want to listen to you. You're privileged. You're this, you're that. Why should I listen to you? Guys, the brainwashing is real. It's completely real, and I'm completely tired of it. And I'm anyone who wants to speak out against it and collate and assemble. I will be starting a petition very soon against Governor Cuomo. I will also be starting a protest against Governor Cuomo. You're going to mess around with gyms, and you mess around with people's businesses. This is it. You keep pushing things back from phase 3 to phase 4. Am I the only person that's tired of this, guys? Aren't you tired as Americans, as law-abiding, tax-paying citizens? Aren't you tired of being bullied because you're white or because you work hard? Aren't you tired of being called an Uncle Tom or a race traitor? Aren't you all tired of it? When are we the people going to stand up? That's what I like to know. Every time I come on this page, I have great people like John. I have great people like, Tom on here. I'm going to tell you guys, and Brandon, if you're watching, what's up, man? I'm going to tell you guys something. We got to re-educate our youth. We have to let them know that teaching them about racism in kindergarten is unacceptable. Kids don't need to learn about hate at such an early age. If you are parents out there, you need to start waking your kids up and denouncing the political left in our education system. They are evil. They are not ones to be trusted. And also, as early as kindergarten, all the way up to college, protests need to happen. Anti-political correctness, anti-Marxist, anti-agenda. We need to start doing. Hi, Donna. Glad you can join. Donna, would you like to come on and say a couple words? I'm sure anybody from the Relentless Patriot group is more than welcome to come on and say a couple things about what they think currently about what we as a country are going through, what their thoughts are, dismay. I'll try to bring you on if you'd like. I'll send you an invitation. Feel free to accept if you'd like to come on and say hi to the rest of the world. I, for one, am tired of, all the political correctness going on. There's more marches in Washington, D.C. today. Thank God the National Guard is there protecting the Lincoln Monument. But, man, we need to start collating, assembling, and being against these things. We all need to collectively come out. You don't got to be a good. You don't got to be a good speaker. What you need to do is speak from the heart. Speaking from the heart, speaking from the brain, and syncing them together for true liberty. Right? Anytime. If you feel the same way that I do, if you know there's something desperately wrong with this country, and that we the people should start standing up and acting together, and stop being shy about it, and start denouncing political correctness, now is the time. We all have had it with the white privilege. We've all had it with the dear white people. I've had it personally. I've lost my job and my business because of this. It's a personal vendetta of mine to combat political correctness. We the people have had enough. We the taxpayers have had enough. We the law-abiding citizens have had enough. I'm sure a lot of you guys have had enough, the same way I have. This has been a complete takeover by children. Children. Let alone you got a bunch of burnt out hippies from the 60s and 70s teaching these kids how to act, what to think, what to do, at any situation, all by calling people racist and privileged. Well, meanwhile, these kids are white themselves. You know, like when I was at the police rally a couple weeks ago, um, or last weekend actually. Like you lose track of time being unemployed. But when I was there, I spoke to several teachers in these predominantly minority-based communities, and they are being taught to specially treat kids of color now. They're taught that these kids need to be treated special because they've been through hardship. What hardship? Well, exactly. Had it seems nothing is returning to normal. No, nothing is. Even if it does go back to normal, people are not going to look at each other the same. People don't understand that these movements segregate people. They don't bring people together. White people this, black people that. It's like, you know what? I have friends from every single background, and they all work hard. They don't make excuses. They don't believe in this movement. And I'm sure a lot of you guys don't either. So we need to do our best with who we are and what we do and be patriotic. If you have anything to report, please let me know now. I'm more than willing to talk. I'm going to have some special guests on this weekend, and we're looking at getting Turning Point USA involved. And we have to start combating these colleges. We have to start combating these preschools. We got to start, any documents that you guys have to share if you have children. If the children are being brought back, any type of a white privilege survey. I heard these are going around now, or if they're being, if they're given homework to see what sex they are. I've seen that too. Absolutely horrendous. We shouldn't. Our kids didn't go to. They're not going to school to be re-educated. They're going to school to be educated on simple subjects, not about social justice matters. Who said that was okay? Do you guys want your tax-paying money, your hard-earned, hard, well-spent by the political bureaucrats money to be spent on this in the education system? Well, meanwhile, you need a new library, or you need a new gym, or maybe you don't have enough buses to pick up the kids. Doesn't that seem fishy to you? That all these things are, well, they have been magically happening for a decade now? When are we the people going to start waking up and understand that there's a bigger fish to fry here? It's not just Black Lives Matter. It's not just the evil Democrat regime. This is a takeover. And I'm not sure if you guys know anything about a takeover, a coup. But it all has been infected from the start, from the school system, from the political system, from the job system, the racial disparity, the racial discriminatory laws, all this stuff designed to protect people that simply don't care about this country. It's out of control. Yeah. Don, I don't know if I don't know if you have any children or, what have you, but there is a real sickness going on in this country. And you can see it. You can see, like I saw protesters today literally break out the back of someone's window because they were blocking the road. You're not letting the person pass, you dummy. You think someone's not going to honk the horn at you? No, let them through. You guys shouldn't be in the middle of the road. And this happens every single freaking day. You had people yesterday. You had several black women face off on black police officers, spitting in their face. Okay. Yeah, it's just, where have we gone wrong, guys? Since when is it not okay to work hard, to earn a living, to pay your taxes, and live a good life? But no, it's not good enough to these people, is it? Now I'm just reading here. Okay, Donna, you say you have a daughter. Okay. Now, has your daughter been through any type of systemic political correctness in your school? Take your time in answering it. Like I said, there's sheets being given out. There's white privilege, bias going on. The teachers are just forcibly being allowed to pass kids of color that aren't really working hard, that aren't showing up for class. They're just passing them, and you wonder why you get what you get. You wonder why people are not educated because of stuff like that.
Political correctness is the reason, guys. It is the sickness. We need to start fighting back. Okay, together. And how we do that is we start formulating petitions, we start formulating rallies, we start helping each other out, we start talking to each other about what's going on in our school systems. We got to be vigilant. And if you have a great school system where they don't cater to that stuff, then good. You got nothing to worry about. But look out for your fellow patriot in the neighboring town. We need to start working together, because if Black Lives Matter can come together, if Antifa can come together, then what's stopping patriots from coming together and stopping this nonsense once and for all? We need to start standing up. The time is now, not tomorrow. Start talking to your friends about what's going on in their neighborhoods. And please get out and vote. I've never voted in my entire life because I knew this whole system was crap from the start. But we have to get out and vote now. If we don't, our vote's going to be, forcefully infringed, and, it's going to be faked as a Democrat vote. So make sure you go out and vote by the 7th if you're in New Jersey. I mean, guys, I don't know if anyone else is out there, basically pissed off about what's going on. But I sure as hell am. And I've had enough. I've had enough of political correctness. I've had enough of people insulting me because I'm white. I've had enough of being called a racist for no reason. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys feel the same way. We've all had enough of this. It's time to start denouncing the political left once and for all. So yeah, there will be protests. Yes, there will be rallies. There will be more people speaking out against these things, fighting against the Facebook platform and the YouTube platform and the Twitter and Instagram platforms. There will be more of us together. Coley, be American and be relentless. Do not apologize for believing in this country, because that's what they want. Like I was saying before, I had listened to very closely several black open forums, caucus forums on Facebook and on YouTube. I've listened to both sides of the coin. And the coin that I like the most is the right side of the aisle, because they don't speak about being a victim and believing in, rioting, looting, burning, and shooting to solve our problems. Yes, was racism real back in the day? Sure. Was there a system to it in the 20s? Sure. But guess what? It's 2020. To simply say that still exists at that high of a function, at that high of a power, guys, it's no longer a white or black thing. This is a corruption thing. This is freedom versus tyranny thing. It's an American issue. If you can't get on board with America, then do what the president in Guyana told you to do and leave America and go to Guyana. Plain and simple. If you don't like it here, if you're not okay with things, yeah, vote, yeah, express your dismay. But at the same time, what does political correctness have to do with anything? Can anyone tell me that? What does political correctness have to do with your well-being? Why does everyone have to think the same? Otherwise, they're all bigoted. If that's not socialism, then I don't know what is. I want my freedom back too. Trust me, I do. But right now, freedom is being taken away. Every single day, these Democrat politicians keep pushing back the phases. Every single day, these protests and rioters and looting are considered free, freedom of expression. But meanwhile, we the patriots cannot go out and protest. This is unacceptable. And I, for one, have had enough. For those of you that are watching, remember, there's going to be certain petitions that are going to be formed. I'm going to start petitions. I'm going to start certain rallies in New York for those of you that are watching and that can participate in, to help not just my business get back to work, but most of America to get back to work against this tyrannical, insane governor. We, the people, need to start assembling, talking to each other, and calling. That's why this channel was started. Eventually, it'll be more public. But for right now, together, guys, grow this group, share this page, invite people to it. And we're going to get more and more guests on here to start forming a plan. And before Facebook takes us down, I will start a web page, and we will start assembling there just in case as a backup plan. You've heard a lot of different guests speaking over the past couple weeks. And if you are impressed, if you're like, wow, I didn't know that, then great. Spread the word to your local Patriots and your neighborhoods. Don't be shy. What I just saw today was abhorrent from Governor Cuomo. How can you, let me ask you guys this, how can you categorize places that is supposed to help build your immune system and keep you healthy as no longer part of phase 4? Or just in general, how can you not consider them essential? I've waited for 3 months. 3 months. I was looking forward to July, possibly August at the latest. But this guy, this nut job, has decided that my business is no longer essential. The 20 years of hard work that I have put in, day in and day out, the people I've had to deal with, the money issues, the red tape, the inspections, all this crap. Can someone please tell me how all that is just brushed underneath the carpet? I'm going to tell you guys this. Whether it be protesting, we need to be brave. Whether it be making a petition, we need to be brave. Whether it be adhering to the Constitution for everything that we hold sacred, we need to be brave. Because at this point, they have something because they know that gyms, there was an article that was recently posted that said gyms have nothing to do with COVID. Oh, Murphy's a pain in the behind. You know, Murphy opened gyms up, yeah, but if you have a scheduled appointment for personal training. But the gym's open. These people are nuts. These people are dictators, and it needs to end. You know, for anybody else who wants to come on and talk for a bit, I think we have John on here. John, if your Wi-Fi is working, let me know. I'll see if I can bring you in again. And guys, yeah, I'm pretty much disgusted. I really can't take it anymore. And I know a lot of you feel the same way. So we need to express our dismay at this point. We need to be non-politically correct. Being patriotically correct is what we have to be about. You know, and don't be shy. If someone calls you a name, they call you racist. If they say, well, screw you, you're not an American. America doesn't like it. No. Just tell them politely to shut the hell up and keep it moving. Because America is for everybody. America was designed for everyone. America has been overrun by totalitarian regimes and Marxists and communists. These are the people that we need to fight. I, for one, am tired. We paid our taxes, we've worked hard, and this is where we are still. Several months later, almost 4 months later, into this mixture of nonsense. By the time we get back to normal, a lot of those businesses will go bankrupt, including my own. And I am definitely concerned as a patriot, as someone that believes in this country, that still believes that this is the land of opportunity. I am just as concerned as you guys are. And it's very, very upsetting because I know that a lot of people, I'm just going to turn this light on. I know that a lot of people have sacrificed so much. You know, it's time to get past all the delusional, political correctness, bureaucratism, and fight. We must assemble together and fight. Bring your Constitution, bring your flag, bring your firearms for all I care. Because at this point, New York State, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, California, Virginia, all those places that are run by liberals, be on your guard. You see somebody like me walking down the street, you want to harass me, we're going to have a problem. You have a problem with law enforcement, I got a problem with you. You have a problem with patriotism, I have a problem with you. You have a problem with anything that prevents me from pursuing the life, liberty, and happiness dream of America, I have a problem with you. Because you don't need to be here. You're preventing real people that want to work hard, that want to do their best, that want to achieve their dreams in society. People like you are the reason why we have what we have right this second. I am pissed off. Everyone else should be pissed off too at this point. Racism is more important than patriotism in this country going, right this second. Yeah, if they hate America, then they should leave. They should leave. The president of Ghana says all African Americans, if you are upset with the way America has been treating you, then you can go to Ghana. He even said he would literally pay for your trip. And this is not necessarily an African American thing, more than it is a, like an all around, love of country thing. There have been more youth, more people that have been taught to hate this country than anything else. And it's disgusting. I, for one, am tired of it. The intolerance, the indoctrination of our youth, it is out of control. We need to start calling out these liberal Hollywood celebrity elites and these teachers and these educators to teach young kids about racism and how if you're white, you're privileged. That doesn't fix society, folks. Hate to tell you that. It only enhances the hate that has been infused and embedded inside these kids' brains and the previous generation's brains for God knows how long now. It is time to fight. It is time to stand. Never kneel, never submit, never give in. And this flag, for any of you guys that don't believe in police, I'm sorry, but over my dead body, we have to take this flag from me. You won't take my freedom away. You won't take my business away. And you definitely won't take away the things that I hold sacred. My friends, it's showtime. We all need to get off our behinds and start being proactive in fighting this agenda. And I hope you guys do it with me. And I hope you guys do it for each other and get more people involved. The dates will be posted pretty soon. And let's do it. Yeah, I heard about that. Just because Jesus is white. But a Spanish Jesus, a black Jesus, maybe. What if it was an Asian Jesus? Would they want to take Asian Jesus down because Jesus is not black? It's never good enough. And that's the thing. You give an inch to them and they take a mile. That's why we have to stop giving them things. That's why these protests should have been dispersed a long time ago. You let them do whatever they want. They're tearing down things. They're causing mayhem and anarchy. What is that going to do? And you got the Republican side of the aisle being completely silent, shaking their head and crossing their arms. Oh, this is terrible. So what are you going to do to fix it, pal? What are you guys going to do to fix the problem at hand? Because as far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen any progress from the Republican side of things. If you guys are able to share this broadcast to other pages or what have you, get on here and let's talk. Get this broadcast involved. I'm going to see if I can share it to other places, but understand, this page is special. We say things, we discuss things, what our plans are, what we're going to do as patriots, how we're going to assemble. We have to start talking about these things now. We can no longer wait, guys. We need to start working together to assemble, to help fight this politically correct indoctrination of our youth, of our communities, and of America. These politicians are evil, we know this, but there's a ploy. Someone's pulling the strings behind the scenes. I saw from the liberal professors, who's their bosses? What's their mothership? Where's it coming from? We need to start, connecting the dots this way compared to just sitting back and accepting all the narratives that are happening. I'm just going to get my phone real quick, but start sharing this stuff and doing whatever it is that we have to do. I don't know about you guys, but I am just tired of catering to this narrative. Like we've been polite to people that we've been polite to, and the thing is, they're not polite back anymore. Whether it be by race, by certain races, certain religions, certain creeds, when are we the people going to stand up? This is America. This is not Russia. This is not China. This is not North Korea. This is not Venezuela. When are we going to start waking up together, guys? Wake up. Work together. Collate, assemble. For some of you that are just tuning in, if you guys heard about, there's a quarantine ban now. Like if you travel from New York to New Jersey to Connecticut, the state will require you to quarantine for 14 days. You know why they did that, right? So no one can go out and protest or assemble. So now our First Amendment rights have been even more infringed upon because these guys don't want anyone doing anything. And I think it's absolutely out of control. That's right. It is the unity of the March of the People. And it's funny how they only do it up here. Why not do it in Washington, D.C., where the real problem is? Where all the looting, shooting, rioting is going on. You know, you want to do a travel ban. Now you're preventing people like me from working in another state, and I have to quarantine. I live in New Jersey, guys. My school is in New York. What happens if my school would open tomorrow? Not saying it will, but you can kind of see like this is blasphemy at this point. And you know, you got a Black Lives Matter leader saying if the U.S. doesn't give us what we want, then we will burn this system down and replace it. Guys, that is treason, sedition, and insurrection. That is disgusting, absolutely abhorrent to see that. You know, people are just, man. I'm gonna see if I can add some people into this chat. Just give me 1 second here. We'll see if we can get a conversation go with our fellow patriots, and we'll see what's going on. You know, it really is a disgusting display of anarchy and tyranny and all the things that are just disgusting. And I hope right now that people that are tuning in can start formulating a plan with me to help fight back, what we can do, who we can talk to. You know, we need to start getting together and assembling. You know, it's bad enough that Black Lives Matter and Antifa are all, you know, collating and assembling together. It is terrible. It is absolutely disgusting. And people are still sending me posts. Like, guys, stop sending me messages saying that Trump is racist. Like get over yourselves. Enough is enough. We've already been through the fire. We've been through all the crap. Enough is enough. Because as patriots, guys, we need to stand behind the president. If the president is a racist, so be it. But Trump is not a racist. We need to denounce that factually right away. You know, Trump has done more for the African American community than any other president, including Obama, put together. This we know. He's helped them out substantially. So please stop making the excuse that he hasn't done anything for anyone. It is, you know, at this point, we all need to grow up about that. You know, we shouldn't really cater to that any longer. You know, it's time to unite, guys. Like, I don't know how many more people need to wait until something bad happens to them, until they're put in a situation where, oh, you're racist, you have to lose your job, or you call the cops on a black person because he was doing X, Y, and Z. You're bad. You need to lose your job. You need to lose your, you know, your home, your life, and everything else. And guys, the cancel culture is real. You know, so we need to all also unify. We need to unify with people by telling them to leave their inner city communities. We need to start reaching out to people this way and waking people up. Wake people up to the sickness, because that's what it is. There's a sickness going on within society to separate us. Separate us because some people have more money than others, or some people have lighter skin than others. That's a bunch of nonsense. And if you're not racist, and if you have pictures with people and you know your best friends are black or whatever, start showing them off. Screw it. That's how you're going to beat them. You know, that's what we have to do together as a nation. If America was racist, why have more cultures from all over the entire planet collating here? We have more religions, more people from all over the world that come here to open a business or work, and they come here to flee their own country because their own country is tyrannical in nature. So how can anyone say America is a racist place to be? And why is it that only certain liberal groups or social justice groups are the only ones saying America is racist? Am I right? Like nobody else that I've ever spoken to from any other race who has a business here, worked hard, or did what they had to do, has ever said America is racist and there's systemic racism and that all the police are bad. Like, guys, it's completely immature and it's disgusting. Just enough, because that's not going to help us grow together as a nation, right? So I'm going to wait for a little bit. Hope you guys wait with me. I'm going to, start a watch party here and see if I can get other people going and see who would like to come on and talk for a bit about what makes this country great and how we can combat the true evil, the true racism that is the political left. Yeah, Adonis, same here. Same here. I've always had friends that are from other nationalities, other countries. Hell, I've even had pen pals when I was younger. And still we're racist. We're light skinned people. We're privileged. We owe the rest of society something. It's crazy, And I, for one, am tired of it. I'm gonna give it another 10 to 15 minutes. Then I gotta head to sleep. Unfortunately, got an early start tomorrow. But what I can tell you is, you know, for what slavery is and what has happened, we as a society need to forgive slavery, but don't forget it. Right? We know it was part of this country, but it was part of every country. We can move forward together if we forgive each other, if we forgive the past, and move forward, because that's how you do it. I'm not saying, completely forget about it and say that it never existed, but to keep bringing it up and to say that committing violent attacks against people justifies what had happened 200 to 300 years ago and the segregation laws from 1950. I mean, please tell me how that fixes anything right now. You're setting the country back another 70 to 100 years, if anything, back to that point. Sooner or later, we're going to have another Martin Luther King on our hands, and the government's going to try to wax him off, right? So we got to be smart about these things, and we have to say enough. I, for one, am tired of it. We got to start doing things, talking about things, assembling, being smart, looking at the Constitution as our guide, And again, for those of you that could share it, that could share this feed, share it. I'm trying to look for it on my phone right now to see if I can share it to other pages, etc. But if you're able to share it somewhere, share it. Share it to any of the other groups you know. That way people can get on and talk and be ready to go. And I'm also ready to debate anybody that wants to. If everybody has any issues with being an American or being a patriot, I want to hear your views, and then I want to try to pull you to this side, because I know this side can stand for you better than the politically left can. We can stand up for each other this way. We don't got to do anything else. That's what you guys have to understand. This is what we can be about. This is how we're going to work together. And start standing up, guys. The page is doing great. We got 134 members now. I'm very proud of you guys for inviting people in. That's a very good thing. No one needs to be shy about that right now. That's 134 Patriots. Better than zero. Now, Donna, do you have anything, since I appreciate you tuning in. Do you have anything else that you'd like to say? You can type it in, and I will talk about it, because I know a lot, and, speaking of talking about something, you guys saw what happened in Macy's, right? To that white dude. Apparently, he never called the black dude the N-word. So this black dude beat the living pus out of this guy, and still no arrests have been made to that person who beat up the white guy, the employee. So if you want to talk about privilege, being able to beat someone up while you actually call the other person the N-word, that's messed up. That's injustice, guys. That is privilege. Your ability to, falsely accuse somebody and then get away with it on top of it, that's another Jesse Smollett, Ule, Van Lay, nonsense. That's not good. That's not fair. That's not justice. That's social justice. That's about it. And then all of a sudden, like there's shootouts with police, and now the mob is involved. Like, my God, I can't sit here and fathom this anymore. This is out of control. We got to start. You want to talk about policing America? How about we start policing these liberals? How about we start fighting them and dismaying them and being relentless, and shouting in their face back? Let's see how much they like patriots doing the same thing and not giving up. I know sometimes you may think it's not worth it because, these guys don't care. They're not going to want to listen to me, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? It's worth the fight. If you can change someone's mind, if you could say, hey, screw this person, and fight them, do it. At this point, anything goes with them, you know? So that's why we got to be relentless back. They're relentlessly socialistic, tyrannical, etc., etc. So we, as relentless patriots, have a job to do. We have a duty to country and to our president. If you need to be a warrior, yeah. Good point. I will not. Donna says, I will not walk for protests. Black Lives Matter. I do not support. Hate all lives matter. Yeah, because that's what it is. It's only black lives, and we're not allowed to be to say anything because we're not black. But meanwhile, even the people that are black that are saying all lives matter are also chastised. They're also cursed at. They're called Uncle Toms and bigots. Like, please tell me how that fixes stupid. So you're willing to denounce people of your own kind, whose ancestors probably went through the same thing as yours, but yet you're going to denounce them and call them Uncle Toms and race traitors. Does that make any sense? You got white liberals calling black police racists. How does that make sense? You have white liberals calling black police officers the N-word to their face. And this happened a couple days ago. But that's okay, because they're for, protecting society. It is absolutely disgusting. How can we stand for this, guys? I have plenty of police officers that I have in class or that I did have, and for the most part now they all have 16-hour shifts because of Black Lives Matter. Because they have 16-hour shifts, or because of the fact that their other police force, constituents and employees, employers have all walked off the force. So who's there to pick up the slack? They are. They don't get overtime. They're not happy about overtime and picking up someone else's job because the other people, walked off the force. Are you kidding me? So yeah, we got it right now. Like, and here's what I don't understand, right? The governors, in terms of like social outdoor gatherings, and like social outdoor gatherings are allowed up to 12 people, and protests are allowed up to 100 people. But yet Black Lives Matter can have 1,000. And yes, you should tell every officer thank you for your service, without a doubt. We the people need to start supporting our police and telling them thank you, and telling them that we appreciate them, telling them that we're law-abiding citizens, that we'll stand behind them whenever called for or needed. Because at this point it's out of control. The amount of people that have collated and assembled under Black Lives Matter, under Antifa, how is it that they're able to assemble? What are they assembling for? A takeover of this country, communism. They're able to do that, right? That's okay for them to do. That's no problem, right? And that's disgraceful. Start a watch party. Share this video. I'm gonna see if I can share with other places. See what happens. Freedom is essential now. And it's not a temporary thing. Oh yeah, our governors are definitely insane. We need to start collating and marching and writing petitions and showing our dismay of Cuomo. Yeah, both. Yeah, no, Murphy did, and Mayor De Blasio did. It's just, but yet that's okay, and he still hasn't been fined. He still hasn't been put in jail for protesting illegally and not keeping his social distance, right? But yet the people that were protesting with me, some of them were arrested because they were not adhering to social guidelines and da 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 da. Like, give me a break, guys. The time to act is now. Do it together. Let me know. Message me on the side. I want to help with this because I, for one, have had it. My business, my job, done. And now I'm stuck at home with all this other nonsense. And the time to start fighting is now. You know, we need to start spreading the word from patriotic town to patriotic person and letting people know that we will no longer stand for this. I know I sure as hell won't. Whenever someone decides to battle me and call me a racist or call Trump a racist, I will defend that right, and I will defend my right to tell them, no, you're wrong. And here are the reasons why. Relentlessly, proudly, and not apologize. No one should apologize to anybody at this point about anything. Like, it's 2020. Get off your behinds, start doing things proactively in your community, and you'll see a big, big difference. Big, big difference. Like, and thank you. Thank you for wanting to. I urge a lot of people to do. You know why? Because a lot of people don't. A lot of people just want to sit there and be like, it's okay. You know what? Someone else to do it for me. Oh, you know what? We need more support for police. Someone else will tell the police officers thank you, and do all these crazy things. And here's the deal. If you are from another culture, right? If you are from another culture and you want to call people like me racist, but meanwhile, I'm your friend, right? Meanwhile, I've always respected and treated you very nicely, regardless of what race you are, what culture, or anything else. You want to use, me being a martial artist, here's the deal, right? I don't use my martial arts to promote any type of movement in which instills hate. Patriotism is not about hate. So when you see martial artists promote Black Lives Matter and they roll it into their ethics, I think that's a violation of their ethics, because their ethics doesn't teach them to judge people. The ethics doesn't teach them that white privilege exists. Their ethics doesn't teach them to judge people. It actually is complete opposite. It teaches them to accept, to be tolerant, to help others. You see the difference? When you are preaching that systemic racism exists, when you are preaching that white privilege exists, you are basically going against your own creed, your own message. You're going against the grain in which it has taught you so much. But yet you want to join this movement like it's a non-biased thing that only minorities could be suppressed and oppressed. I think that's utterly ridiculous. It's a joke. The joke is on you, people. We have done nothing wrong to you. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, some people have been fired. Yeah, some people have been fired. Absolutely have been fired. They've lost their jobs because they don't cater to political correct doctrine. You know? Oh, this and that, this and that. No, that's nonsense. Oh, he said this or he said that. Well, tough. That's what I would say. Tough crap. You know? So, yeah, we're going to wait a couple more minutes. If no one else wants to come on, that's okay. I understand it's late and some people actually have a job. But yeah, invite people to this channel. Have them be part of something big. Have them be proud to stand in the face of tyrants. Yeah, you got to be worried about, and I think, you know what, there's a lot of people out there that are worried about their jobs. That are. Oh, if you're part of this movement, I'm sorry, we can't do it. But yet, if you're part of Black Lives Matter, if you're part of anything to do with oppression, you can go ahead and do that. But in terms of, being a relentless patriot or joining groups where, or speaking out against anything that you don't believe in per se, you're not allowed to because it doesn't go with the narrative. That's messed up too. And I think at this point we all have to be worried. But me, I got nothing to lose anymore. I'm no longer afraid, right? Neither should anybody else. Here's something else that happened in the news. I don't know about you guys, but when I see a picture like this, I get disgusted. Can anyone tell me why you decide to do this to yourselves? Can you please tell me how this is supposed to fix our economy right now, or fix everyone's job positions, or fix actual racism? People, let me explain something to you guys. Racism is taught. And if you teach kids that there is systemic racism, that there is white privilege, if you teach them all these theories, and it's the year 2020, and by the year 2045, there'll be more mixed races on this earth and in this country more than anywhere else in the entire galaxy. But yet you still teach them racism. You still teach them privilege. You still teach them how to hate. Please tell me how that's going to fix our country right now, aside from the pandemic that has been instilled in all of us. I've lost my job because of this. I didn't lose my job because I was a racist. I lost my job because my employer decided not to hire, he couldn't hire me back. So what does that mean? Does that mean I need to give some of my privilege back to you? I'm very confused. Like, you got people breaking into banks. I mean, come on now. Come on. This happened a couple hours ago. You're letting the majority of the mob dictate or rule for you. That doesn't make any sense to me. You're letting a bunch of 20-year-olds, babies and pansies, if you ask me, rule this country with an iron fist through oppression and through victimhood. Now, I got a message to you social justice warriors out there before I go. I urge you, I dare you, I triple dare you to kneel in front of a black person and record it and tell them that you're sorry. Let's see how oppressed you are. I want to know how oppressed you really are and how you really feel, because that's the sickness you want all of us to do, but yet you can't do it yourself, right? You're forcing people like me to kneel down and apologize for what knows I've never done anything to you, but you're expecting people like me to kneel down to people like you because I owe you something. So if that's the case, then tell someone else to kneel, or better yet, you kneel. You kneel before a person of color that demands you kneel. If you're a white liberal, you should be posting and pasting and showing all your white guilt and all your white privilege. But why is it that only some can do it and others can't? You guys ever see that? The same people that demand that I kneel, they will never kneel themselves. I think that was funny. There's this one post that said exactly that. And it's funny. It's hysterical. Like I want Antifa. I want to see a live pay-per-view fight between Antifa and Hell's Angels. I don't know about you guys. That'd be pretty sweet to see, right? And I wouldn't mind seeing it because, man, in my opinion as a patriot, I don't care, what you're pissed off about. If you come to my property, or if you come to do me or my family or my friends harm, there will be consequences. You won't get to walk away. You cannot trespass. So same thing in Seattle. You trespass on property, Hell's Angels or if you ask me, the National Guard should have been in there already and cleared them the hell out. I don't know what Trump is waiting for. I don't know what politicians are waiting for. This is a terroristic situation, and we're letting it happen because God knows why. Political correctness or what have you. And what I'm not understanding is there have been reports lately about Mark Zuckerberg, and there's been an undercover team where it has officially exposed him for politically being biased against conservative posts or facts or anything like that. There's been exposure to this. There's been proof that he has a whole team that is dedicated to censoring conservative posts. And yet there hasn't been an arrest done of him yet, of him violating the First Amendment. Are all these people, if you ask me, it sounds like liberal privilege that is protected. It sounds like that is more important. Being liberal privileged and telling everyone what to do. Do as I say and not as I do. I mean, that is just out of control. And you can see it every single day now. Like, here's another one, right? One of the DC film directors threatens to stop hiring white men to fight racism. So by being racist, you're going to fight racism. That's a little weird. Yeah, too weird for my taste. And like I was saying before, you got this activist and journalist who wants to replace the national anthem with "Imagine All the People." I think we know where that went a couple months ago by certain liberal Hollywood elites that made a video from their nice, plush mansions. It is a joke. People think Black Lives Matter is a nice, positive, and peaceful group. People are delusional. Very well said from one of our Relentless Patriots. People need to wake up and stop bending the knee in fear of being called a racist. Absolutely, and that's our message. There are people that have lost loved ones because of these protests. There are people that have been innocently shot by other protesters. There have been police officers killed. Even other protesters have gotten killed. I mean, what does that tell you about your movement? It's a joke. It's a joke, guys. Black Lives Matter is a joke. Because since its inception, they have treated each other like a joke. It's only important when it's a white police officer doing the brutality. It's only serious to you when it's a white police officer shooting a black man. But if it's a black police officer, Hispanic police officer, even an Asian police officer, it's okay because they're not in with the white racist crowd. It's just wow. No, you know what? I didn't watch the NFL this year either, and I will continue not to watch it as long as they cater to all this nonsense. Politics don't belong in the sporting arena. It's just sports. Okay? And for Colin Kaepernick, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Do you like what's going on right now? Do you know that innocent people have died because you decided to take the knee that day? Don't you realize that you should be held liable for the murders of innocent people and protesters and police officers? I think you need to be tried for murder. I think you need to go to prison. Unbelievable. And you want to sit there and literally say and state that you're okay for what's happening, what's going on right now. You're okay with the rioting and protesting. It's a useful energy, as you say. It's funny because the same people who wanted to fund the police, and this is from a good friend of mine who said this, it's great. The same people who wanted to fund the police just a few years ago told you that you don't need guns because you have police. Funny how that works. Yeah, a lot of people used to like him the same way they used to like Trump before he became president. But as soon as these guys got political, everyone's like, oh, screw that person, hate that person, do all this stuff. No, forget it. But anyway, guys, yeah, let's keep this movement going. Whenever any one of us goes live, let's make sure to share. And eventually we'll have a live YouTube channel and we will get things going the right way. And we'll probably get a good following. But let's remember that flag, firearms, and freedom are more essential than political correctness socialism, Marxism, and communism. And we all need to stand up, be brave, moral, and upright. All right, so until next time, guys, looking forward to speaking. We have a special guest coming on Sunday to discuss a couple things. And yeah, we should back the president, back each other up, and tell each other about this channel and how this is different from other ones. All right, until next time, God bless you all.